Good
Hey,
morning.
hey, hey. I got on the chef's hat. I got on my apron. I came dressed just for y'all. I put this on just for y'all. Get you in the spirit. Get you in the spirit.
Well, we off the college football playoff boat too, so we sitting on the couch just looking for our bowl game after we lost to South Carolina.
Who?
I was like, we gonna go UT.
Who lost to South Carolina? UT.
Yep, UT. We went down in flames.
Bless y'all's heart.
I was
Hey,
like, man, this
Victoria.
ain't looking too good. But welcome everybody and good morning. Is this Thanksgiving week of access denied where we want to really take the time to be thankful for the people who have really helped shepherd us along the way and been a part of this powerful parent movement here locally and at the state as well. But this week, just feeling really good. The spirit is in. It's been fall weather. It's been warm in the daytime and cold at night. Christmas trees are popping up, and people getting those fried and smoked turkeys ready for tomorrow. What's gonna be on your menu though for tomorrow, Sonya?
First of all, happy Thanksgiving Eve to everybody. Like and share. Get people on in here. It's gonna be a great time. And remember, access denied is for parents by parents. When we talk our stuff, it's uncut. So let me tell you what I've got on the menu. I've got chicken and dressing. I got a little bit of turkey, pot roast, fried chicken, and ham. Those are my meats. My sides are traditional macaroni and cheese, sweet potatoes, green beans, turnip greens, fried corn, broccoli and cheese, a broccoli and cheese casserole, deviled eggs. They got started on the cakes early this morning: caramel cake, German chocolate cake, chess pie, a lemon icebox pie. Yeah. Oh, pasta salad, cornbread, homemade rolls.
Mm,
So we
mm.
eat eating over here. That's
Yeah.
what my kids say.
So
You
I've
want to
been
ask
doing a little intermediate fast.
you what, John?
That is definitely. I've been fasting, so just listening to that is just man, just taking me down through there. I'm probably about to get some pork chops.
Don't you break your fast? When is your fast over?
At 12,
Oh, okay,
so
I
it's
was
gonna
going
be
to say
right
no.
on time.
I was about to say no. You ain't torturing yourself fast and doing uh Thanksgiving. I know it's a sacrifice, but Jesus.
Right now, it's a sacrifice leading up into the day.
Leading up to the day. I
And
am
hold on, I'm gonna switch this out a little bit.
okay. I'm sharing, y'all. I'm sharing and have seen if people will join us on the Nashville Propel page for Thanksgiving access tonight. So like, share, get some people on here. Let's get it started.
Hmm.
I bet it's a lot of people cooking and off work and out and doing trying to wrap things up. But we're not gonna hold y'all long today. We just wanted to make sure that we checked in with everybody and just share a little bit of Thanksgiving and show you guys how much we really love you and care about you.
Yep. And I'm we'll get into a little bit of the parents' business and the people's business, but yeah, like it's not gonna be long. But one of the things that we do want to bring up and discuss, we just want to put it on everybody's brain. There was a board meeting, Metro Nashville Public School board meeting last night, and the agenda that came out, I'm looking at it, and it was 284 pages. And, on a week like this, we don't want to dig deep in it because we know people sinks right now, Sonya. The sinks are full and it don't got dishes. It got turnip greens or mustard greens or collard greens. Some people, to each his own. They got the chitlins. They're gonna clean them good, and so we know your sinks are full, your stomachs are empty, and so we just want to really preview what we want to talk about next week. We do want to see if anybody has anything to be thankful for. We think this is the right season. As we reflect, as we get close to the end of the year, of just, what are you thankful for? But I'm gonna pull it up just a little bit, but just to show you, it was 284 pages. Partly on the agenda, it was to, they established quorum, they did the Pledge of Allegiance, they did some recognitions from Antioch High School, and they had a consent agenda, which essentially says there's no real debate. You just raise your hand, you vote for it, and keep it moving. On that consent agenda was the approval of the ESSER 2 and ESSER 3 fundings, as Sonia and I talked about a lot last year. There was really millions on millions on millions on millions of dollars. And so part of the agenda that we're going to post on our page just allows you to see what they're spending the ESSER funds on. How has it been an impact to learning loss on a positive or a net zero? And then what are some of the questions, or what are some of the things you would want to do with these millions of dollars as you look at, as Metro, as our city, as our country starts to rebound from going through a pandemic?
Yeah. And that is a huge conversation. It ties into, I think, what a lot of us have been fighting for. I often hear people talk about we're under resourced.
Mhm.
And, the thing is, we're under resourced for the things that we need.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to teaching children how to read, right? It's got to be a priority. And I think that oftentimes things are just not a priority when it comes to that school board. They really have no clear vision, nor does the director of school have a clear vision of where we need to be. It's a no brainer on
Yep.
where it needs to go. And I don't understand what's hard about it.
Yep. And so just know we're gonna take a minute just to process this as a team, after we come off the break, and be ready next Wednesday again to unpack like what's in the agenda. I think, they went through the consent agenda. They had a few charter school renewals. I think it was Nashville Classical Purpose Prep, Intrepid, and a KIPP school. Oddly, most of the schools were passed for their 10-year renewal 6-3. All those schools have been classified as reward schools, as we talk a lot about priority schools, which is, the bottom 5% in academic achievement and or growth. Our reward schools are the opposite. It's, top 5%. And a few board members had problems just voting for them just on GP. They were good questions that were asked, but at the end of those good questions, even though they had the agenda, some of them still voted against, a parent's right to choose a really good school for their kids. And so I want to also unpack that. Maybe we'll have some parents just to talk about, school choice from their perspective, whether it's a traditional school or optional school or public charter school or even a home school. But that was interesting how the board politics played out on that. But again, the biggest thing that we really want to go through, because in every fellowship signing, we ask people, our parents on the fellowship call, like, what is the budget of Metro Nashville Public Schools? And, what do some people say, Sonia? Like, what are some of the numbers that I always launch off at the beginning? It's like the price is right sometimes.
Yeah, 1 million, 5
Yeah.
million,
Yeah.
200,000, 10 million.
Yep. Somebody will go big. They say, I'm gonna say 100 million, and people
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah. So it varies from
Yep.
time to time. What people say, but the reaction is usually saying, the reaction is like, really? They act like the school district is so broke. We thought that the school district didn't have any money,
Mm-hmm.
and that's often like a 90%, 95% of the people in the class for that particular class that's their
Yep.
reaction.
So that's always interesting. That's why we just bring it to attention, because when I hear the numbers consistently from different parents around different parts of town, you realize they may give that 100,000 or that 10 million because they always hear that the school system doesn't have money. People never imagine like getting to a billion and over a billion each year, and parents are always amazed. And it doesn't matter as whether they were college educated with a master's, with a high school diploma, or just street smarts. They always hit a low number because they just, only thing they can do is listen to the media and listen to what the school system says, and they just think that, you know, no money is 10 million, no money is 100 million. But when they hear that billion, they say, well, we dealing with something different right now, and our kids deserve better.
Yeah, and that's the check that's written. So you have a budget, right? It's a budget like you propose, like this is what we plan to do, and this is how we're going to spend it. But we're actually talking about the actual check that's being written out to the school district is over $1 billion.
Yeah, playing no games. And so we'll put a couple of links. And again, I know, Sonya, you invited a few people over. We'll be back this weekend as we get ready for the Titans game. But really, like, take some time, um, hanging with your family. Take some time to just really reflect on what this year has really meant to you. Because in 2023 we have some really big things, and really one thing that I don't want to make sure I miss. As we talk about Sunday, the Titans are coming to, back home at the Nissan Stadium. They're going to be playing the Bengals, but a Monday night game with the Titans, the Tennessee Titans, the real Titans, is going to be Sonya and Sarah Carpenter. Sonya Thomas and Sarah Carpenter, who just lead phenomenal organizations, who, are 200 miles apart, but have been close to 1,200 miles traveling to Oakland, to Pennsylvania, to Florida, to Texas, working with families who, like us, just want what's best for their kids and education. And so we'll be having our last speaker series this upcoming Monday, 6 o'clock. It'll be on the same platform, StreamYard. Memphis is going to be bringing their folks, as they always do. And so we want to make sure when we welcome our guests, to Nashville, we want to make sure, like, our parents from cohorts, 1 all the way to 18, like, show up, ask really good questions. We want to have a dialogue, but we also, as you have Memphis represented in Nashville, and each of us have a high level of priority schools, like, we want to talk about issues that affect our parents the most.
Yeah, and I'm extremely excited. I actually, when we was logging on, I was actually talking to Sarah and wishing her a happy Thanksgiving, and just really excited about the work that we are going to do together in the years to come. We understand the work. We understand. Sarah taught me this. It's hard work, and she is one of my mentors. I look up to her, and I have so much respect for her. So anytime that I'm in the building with her, I'm extremely excited about the conversation, and because we both bring it, and in your mind is unapologetic. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited about Monday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's the last speaker series of this year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back in January, hitting hard too again. But we just thought that it would be so fitting to have Sarah to end the year, close the year with us, and then the Memphis Left and their parents. So, like you said, John, very exciting time.
Yep.
Victoria,
Yep.
I love me some Miss Sarah and Sonya. We love you too. Victoria has traveled across this country with us
Mm-hmm.
to build our, the national movement, the powerful parent movement. And the Victoria, we love you too. Hey, Mika LaShawn, you just had a birthday not too long ago. Mika LaShawn from the Memphis Live. This is Access Denied, girl. Glad to have you. We look good. We look forward to to having the speaker series with you guys and your parents on Monday. So we know y'all gonna bring it big. Y'all gonna organize big. So Nashville, don't y'all get embarrassed and not show up and we just have a Memphis crowd. Y'all hear me? Miss Who?
Mhm.
You do it, Miss Who? That's a pretty picture. You got that profile picture.
Yes,
And
indeed.
December the 16th, parents, December the 16th, let's not forget that. That is our end of the year Christmas party celebration. December the 16th at 6. And we're going to send out the details. I don't want to put it on the internet and then some folk come out there that ain't got no business being there eating all our chicken and stuff.
Come on now. Come on now.
But don't y'all forget, mark your calendars. December the 16th. That's a Friday night, I believe. We're going to lay it out big for y'all. So
Yep. And then we'll take that next day and we'll finish with our cohort 18. So that'll be a big week as we take a break and allow families to chill with your children. It's been remarkable. We got some even bigger things that are coming in the new year. I know I keep saying that, but a movement is something that grows. And just one thing that I've just noticed about the parents of Nashville Propel, like growing, whether it's front page op-ed of the Tennessean, which is our local publication, or it's traveling to different states. By chance meeting, Joe Biden as he's running for president, he realizes that he needs to connect with parents, or Bernie Sanders or the other presidential candidates, or it's having real sit downs with policymakers, whether it's people on the school board or the superintendent, or people like from national coming into town, or documentaries that you guys will hear more about in 2023 as we're talking about priority schools and we're talking about learning loss and we're talking about the science of reading. Like, these people across the nation are hearing our call to action and they're calling us because they want to get a chance to interact and meet and get the word out more and more, because they believe in when we talk about a movement, because a movement grows.
that's right. And it's a danger in a single story. Like, you guys telling your story, speaking truth to power, is very important.
Mhm.
Because if we don't say anything, then they think we're satisfied.
Mhm.
So we'll be doing some things up at the state legislature slated with Memphis. It's a Tennessee thing. We're gonna talk about that on Monday a little bit. It's a Tennessee thing. And so we've got a lot of work to do in 2023. And God has really blessed us over the years. I was reflecting the other day, John, just the growth from 2018 all the way up to now. I was looking at some of the
Yep.
pictures from our very first Parent Summit, November the 17th, 2018, with
Mhm.
parents at the fairgrounds, with translators and people from the community, but most of our parents and grandparents. And I was reflecting on that up until now, and I said, "My God, we
Yeah.
have really done some awesome work
Yeah.
here in Nashville." But we're not gonna stop right there, right? We've got a whole lot to do. And this thing, this thing, not only are we growing, but the thing gets harder. It gets harder and harder and harder. But that's okay. We do hard stuff. Leaders do hard stuff. So I am excited about 2023. I really am. And looking forward to continue to build this movie, y'all.
Hey, man. Well, thank you guys. Enjoy yourself. Like I said, have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys back here on Monday. Don't remember speaker series. Remember the Titans. Like, we're gonna unpack it and see what are some of the similarities that happen in Memphis City schools and Nashville public schools. What are some of the differences? But what do we recognize as negative things that are systemic in our community that we need to plan for in the new year? And so I look forward to it. I'll be on there along, helping moderate, and work well with my sisters and with a happy smile, because you don't want to miss it.
Yes. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Don't y'all burn nothing up like I did this morning.
Man.